short-term
both as a let's say the administration of a storage building, which is it's an administration block.
Oh, you mean if it can be used as a class and then later be
an administration block?
It can. It can. Because even in our map here, we said administration block can be under and then the classes can be up. So we can start by building it and then use it, and before we subdivide it later on maybe.
Of land is 4 acres.
It's 4.5.
4.5.
Yeah. Actually, you can stand here and see the whole of it. Yeah.
4.5. 4.5 is a good portion of land.
Yeah, it is. You know, Kenya is like, we are so used to the big land. But in some countries, the youth like very small land.
80 to 20.
Because like the place we're seeing up there, if we can do 4 classes down, then we subdivide it into administration block. Up we can also do another 4.
What does that mean? Does that title deed that came to me
is different?
Is it different or it?
Maybe
no,
can you answer that?
This is, the whole area was belonged to the primary school. They had a title deed. So when we wanted to study the primary, the secondary, we only took the portion. We asked the primary. I was the chairman student. I told them, let us take a portion, start a secondary school.
A school is what we call a nursery, where a seed is planted, uprooted to be planted permanent somewhere else. And it's a place where friendship between people, nations, and governments start from. And as we said, the children who will come out of this school, knowing that the aid came from Greece, I'm very convinced that they will never forget the Greek people. The Greek people may not be in need of that, but I assume they are in need of that. They need to have friends, because people who speak a language that is not spoken by other nations just feel that they don't have
friends.
They don't have friends. And they say it, I'm not saying it, they say we are brotherless. So in this case, the significance of this joint effort, this school offering the land, and the people of Greece trying to see what they can do about it.
Yeah, you don't destroy it.
Some of these buildings are historical, so they cannot be demolished. They should be there. Anything else can be added, but the old ones must be there. We are not very proud of to hear that the first school, the Shogu's area, there's no mark left. If you go there, you can't tell that this was.
That is not fair.
You can't. You cannot even find the mark of the second site where this school went, and it would be very unfair to continue committing the same crime. No old buildings should be destroyed, despite the effort and the will that the Greek people seem to have, and it's acceptable, thoroughly acceptable, in the full knowledge of what history means in the nation, because a nation that has no history is not a nation. Yeah. Likewise, a school without history is not a school. So in this case, I would also advise your committee members to trace the roots of this school. Those teachers are paid by the Greek government. You don't need to pay them. Those who can teach Greek, they should know English at least. And I would have liked to hear how you look at that. The name of my organization is Socrates. Socrates was a philosopher. We tell them at sometimes Greek language can be taught, as French could be taught, as Italian could be taught, as any other language could be taught, for those who want to pick it as a language.
maybe I can answer before you. I wish today I know Greek language. Reason being, I've read even in the Bible. I read my Bible quite often. The Bible was also written in Greek.
Yeah,
In fact, the
island of Patmos.
The island of Patmos. In fact, the interpretation was done from Greek language to whatever they interpret, the translations, when translations were done. So it means that
that's the gospel according to St. John, isn't it?
Yeah, the gospel according to St. John. Yeah, it was done in that name. So I don't think it's a language one would want to really ignore. It's a language that I think is universal. In fact, I wonder why it never became the language of the world.
The Americans ought to have been speaking Greek, but it lost by one word.
Just one word. Because you look at even the history. Look at the history and Socrates and the greatest thinkers that were ever lived. They were all the Greek philosophers. When Paul goes to Athens and he finds people in the book of Acts, he tells them that he found a statue dedicated to the unknown God, and this God is Jesus Christ. So there's so much that I feel that we will not really have a problem.
The root of St. Paul is also the Thessaloniki.
Yeah, it's Thessaloniki. Thessalonians.
Yeah.
So even looking at us as a Christian community, I don't think there is a problem of really running that language. I wish we can, and the world is becoming now more integrated. So I don't think, Maureen, you have a problem in
no, what happens
adapting that.
We don't have a problem, especially when the manpower is being provided by the same people. You know what? Actually, the casual that we have in schools is about the manpower. Who is going to teach? Like now, we can't offer the French people the French language here because we don't have the French teacher. It's unfortunate that it's not being offered as a subject of examination in the curriculum. But also, like the German and other languages are being taught in schools. It can be taken as a language, learned in school, but not examinable.
Both me and Samuel, we would to see that there's something that is done to provide value almost immediately.
Okay.
As we are waiting for a bigger cake, if ever it will come. And he's working hard on it.
All we have discussed and what we have in mind will be materialized, and that will be the direction that will be moving, particularly there in Greece.
Okay.